Hello, everybody.
Hey
I kind of
guys.
screwed that intro up a little bit. My fault.
That's okay. I thought that was funny for a second.
Yeah.
But this is a live show. We don't do this very often.
We've only been doing this for almost 2 years now.
Yep. It's a totally new thing we're doing here.
Right.
Uh
And the chat's taking its sweet
but,
time.
it's been a minute since we've had a wonky intro. We're due
Yeah,
for
this is
one.
true.
We're due for one.
Yeah, this chat is taking its sweet time.
Okay, well while the chat's taking its sweet time, shout out Artificial Dissemination. Thanks for the raid. What up? What up, my boy? And anybody from there, welcome. Hello. This evening's programming is fun.
Yes.
We're
Sorry.
just here to mess around and have a little bit of fun.
Trying to get this working. I apologize, guys.
No, it's fine. I was filibustering.
Yes. Yes.
Tom has tomorrow off because it's federal holiday and whatnot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's no bedtime that he's stuck to.
Yeah, what she said. I'm off tomorrow, so I figured let's do a little. I got nothing really important to talk about, but
I'm sure we could find a few.
yeah,
things
I've
to
got
say.
I got a bunch of these links that you guys have been sending me, and some things I've had bookmarks and just haven't gotten to. So
So I figured, why not?
yeah.
Why not? So I've got.
Hey, there's the rumble. Okay, sweet.
All right, I got some tea I'm sipping on.
Yes, she's got tea. I've got some scotch. Tonight is brought to you by.
Oh, the Kirkland.
Yeah, man, that's a big heavy bottle.
Yeah.
The Kirkland brand blended Scotch whiskey. This huge bottle was like 19 and some change, and it is not bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good.
He's the one drinking it, not me. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I think it's pretty good Scotch. I'm not gonna lie. I was utterly shocked when I opened the bottle and tasted it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked that you're saying it's as good as it is, but also like it's Kirkland. They get the same recipe as everybody else, and then just throw their label on it. So.
Um, yeah, I think they buy it from distillers in Scotland because it says on the bottle that aged or distilled and aged in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
So they buy it from people in Scotland, but like probably smaller.
Oh yeah, probably.
Or they just have one of the big names make it for them. It was what they do with most things.
Right. Yeah. Give me a second. Give me a line of my own stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know who makes it. It's good though. It is good. Oh, I need to get rid of that.
Yeah,
Close enough.
vacuum will get it. I mean, let's see.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure everything's working before we get started here. Yes. Okay. Now, is this
cool.
going to work, or is it going to be broken like it was on Thursday?
Oh, well, it's over.
There it
Oh,
is.
sweet. Cool.
Yay.
Cool.
Yeah. Why is that over that? That's not.
I don't. That's how it came up on my stream on Friday. It just gave me like a wall at the bottom. The featured chat thing turned into something else. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna do that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let me just make sure this works again. Sorry, guys. It does.
Okay.
All right. Sweet.
Cool.
How about if I do this?
There you go.
Sorry.
I didn't see it pop up on that one. Yeah, no.
No. So why isn't it not?
The source. So on the camera, yeah, you got to do the properties on the featured chat and then copy
Man,
address.
we are really out.
Well, I can do it real quick if you want to set some stuff up.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. This is starting out as a train wreck. Oh, I can't. While you're trying to.
Yeah, that's okay. I was gonna let you pull something up, and as we were talking, I was gonna do it.
All right. So what's the first thing in the timeline we're gonna go to today? Let me find something here.
Oh, I did send over that one Jenny sent me.
Okay. We'll start with that then. What did Ginny send over?
From David Nino Rodriguez, former boxer.
A church in Dallas. Ooh, that's an L.
That's a Methodist church.
Yeah. Or no, is that the Methodist up there, I think?
Yeah.
I say Methodist or Presbyterian with that, just the structure of the building.
Yep.
But the architecture, But yeah, it looks like are we back, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, we're back. Cool.
Okay, sorry about that. The internet went down.
Yay. That's fun.
All right.
Crisis averted. There we go.
Okay.
Like magic.
Sweet.
All right. Well,
So it's hard to stream when you got no internet.
yeah, that makes it difficult. Let's see. What do we got? Rick showed up. Screwed Up Rebellion showed up. How doing? Yeah.
Oh man, we're
Ground control to Major Tom. I'm not debating. This is fact. $19 handles of scotch are not good scotch. And I love you, but from my own analysis, I've concluded that you are stuck in a frugal boomer state.
No, I honestly I would normally agree with you 100%, sir. 100%. But so many people have been raving about the stuff about all Kirkland liquor in general, but their whiskeys that I decided to give it a shot. And I promise you, sir, if you were to buy this, you would not be disappointed. It will not be the best scotch you ever drank, but you will finish the bottle and you will not complain about it.
Yeah. The
Just saying.
I've had over the years, I've had like the Kirkland Añejo tequila. I've had the Kirkland vodka. And like you really can't mess up vodka, let's all be honest with ourselves. But like my experience with the Kirkland liquors is that it's it's pretty decent, especially for the price point.
Oh no, Q. There's no I'm gonna die with a will. I definitely if everything goes to plan, the last check I ever write will bounce.
Oh, come on. It's the same thing my grandma says.
What? The last check I ever write will bounce?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I play everything right, the last check will bounce. And I'm like, yeah, but then we're stuck paying the bounce check and the bounce check fee.
Well, I won't be here. That's on you and the kids.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I that actually used to be my goal, but things have changed in my life since then.
Yeah, that's not quite the reality he chooses.
Yeah.
Anymore.
If you guys are still having problems, I don't know. Everything looks good on my end.
Yeah, the numbers are coming up good. We even went up a little bit on the bit rate from what I streamed on Friday.
Right. So I don't know. If you're having issues, maybe go check it out on YouTube. But everything looks good over here, so we'll see what happens. Anyway,
Rumble is gay half the time anyways.
Yeah. Let's see, do I have
I know I can't drink while with child. That's why I'm sipping on tea.
Yes.
That's why I'm sipping on tea. You know? And this was like
she can't drink, but I can.
When was the last time I had when we lived in Washington was the last time I had any Kirkland alcohol.
Okay. You haven't had it since we've been together.
Mm-mm. I mean, it's usually like weddings when I bartended weddings.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Dad would go to Costco, buy all the booze, and that's everybody's getting Costco booze tonight.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about the Kirkland brand scotch. It's a blended scotch. That's the only thing I'll complain about. I prefer single malts. It's a blended, but for the price, I'm not going to be super icky choosy about it.
No. Good evening, Stacks. How
Okay.
doing? Patrick is here. Will is here. Howdy.
Howdy, everybody. I don't know if JC made it because this is basically the JC show. He's the one that sends all these things over to me.
We've got tons. We have a JC backlog.
Yeah, I've got a big JC backlog. This stuff goes.
Well, most of that stuff we've gotten where you're at now.
Some of it. I mean, some of it, not all of it.
Yeah, there's.
Let's start with
at least half a dozen.
Start with the most ridiculous here. The first and most ridiculous.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What even is this?
So this is. Well, let's share it. Go ahead. So we got it. Yes.
Yep.
At the Jerusalem prayer breakfast held at Mar-a-Lago, a rabbi is seen blowing a shofar, ram's horn, a ritual instrument historically associated with biblical warfare, conquest, and divine mandate. Mar-a-Lago, and by extension the White House, is considered conquered territory in a spiritual political sense. Whatever one believes religiously, this raises serious questions about the fusion of religious symbolism with calls for war and how uh, openly conquest language is now being used in elite political spaces. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely the Jews being the Jews, and um, this is definitely par for them, claiming they've they want to beat Rome,
Yeah.
and America is the new Rome. So
Yeah. Well, and also it doesn't help that Trump's daughters have married Jewish men.
right.
That
So yeah,
doesn't help
let's watch the
situation
video at
at
least
all.
here. Yeah, he's declaring victory.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, up
Yeah.
there dressed like that, playing the horn. Like, what is wrong with American politics?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I know what's wrong with it, but how did we get to this point? I guess I know how we got to this point.
I was about to say it all.
These are all rhetorical questions, I guess. I know exactly what they're doing and how we got here.
It all starts with Darby and Schofield. But
Yeah.
before that, it starts with Martin Luther and Zajus. I will say though that it's I I see on Facebook more and more that the whole Luther was the first modern anti-Semite is like making the rounds. The people are sharing that knowledge between each other now, which I think is pretty cool. I was under the impression that JC is one of the 1,500.
I shall not take liquor advice from those whom drinketh malort.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That is very fair, sir.
Yeah.
I don't.
Given the choice between Malort or the Scotch that he got, I'm gonna pick Malort. But that applies to all 3 bottles that he has. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm just not like a whiskey.
I'll be honest. I'm enjoying this Kirkland Scotch as much as I have been enjoying this Glenlivet 12-year-old double oak. I don't know.
It's a man drink. I'll stick to my Malort.
I don't know. I drink Malort. It's a nice odd flavor, but I do enjoy this Scotch more than I enjoy Malort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Malort isn't meant to be enjoyed.
Right. This has got a nice flavor to it. You can definitely pick out the hints of cedar and vanilla.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had to pour some more there.
No, that's fine. Do what you do, man.
What do we got next on the list here? Boom, boom, boom. More Zionists. All right. Shocker. More Zionists.
Oh. Let's see if I can find that and send it over.
What's that?
Pizza Balla's condemnation of the Zionism.
Okay. So here we got Christian Zionist pastor Robert Stearns apologizes to Jewish audience at the Jerusalem Post Conference for 2,000 years of Christian history that's been horrible to the Jewish people. Sorry. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
He suggests it's irrelevant whether Jesus was the Messiah, Meshiach, and assures them he's part of the new breed of Christians who serve Zion. At the end of his speech, J. Post rewards him with a Shield of David award. So it doesn't matter if Jesus is the Messiah or not. That's completely irrelevant. The Jews, see, this is the problem. These people have this weird. That's a 4-minute video. I don't know. I'm going to play the whole thing, but these people operate on this weird
double covenant.
Yeah, it's called a bi-covenantal theology, and it is a heresy. And it basically states that the Jews get into heaven under the old covenant and Gentiles need the new covenant. And it's like, no, but it's one new covenant.
Yeah.
There is the old covenant has been done away with.
Right. It was fulfilled.
Yeah, it was fulfilled through Jesus. So it doesn't exist anymore.
So whenever Jesus says it is done, that's what he's talking about, The first covenant is completed. Now there's a new one. Now there's, new way moving forward. And I've said it before and I'll keep saying it. the brand of Christianity here in America is just an extension of this unfortunate Judaism that exists in the world today, because we all know it's not the same Judaism that Jesus was brought up in. Um,
No, just like it's not the same Christianity that our ancestors practiced.
right. But
Well, a lot of you guys, at
Well,
least.
ultimately, like American Christianity is centered on the fact that the Jewish people are the chosen people and that the Messiah has yet to come.
Yeah.
When you really get down to the nitty gritty of it and listen to what they say, and they'll, it's they deny Jesus Christ, not directly, right? Because they still go to church and they still worship, but they deny his divinity. They deny the fact that his mother said yes to God in bearing him. Like there's a lot of things that they discredit and dismiss, which means you either accept all of it and you're making the correct choice, or you nitpick what you want and leave the rest, which is Messiah denial. And this guy just fixed his face to say it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant if Jesus was the Messiah. No,
Right.
that's the whole purpose of his coming. God is with us. That like it's literally the whole point. The whole point of it all. It is very relevant. It's the only thing that matters.
Right. Yeah. So okay, let's hear what
I
this
wonder
guy
if
has
he
to
was
say
one
for
of the
2 minutes.
1,000 that went to BB's backyard.
2,000 years of history, of Christian history, have been horrible to the Jewish people.
No.
Unspeakable
Jews have been horrible to the world.
atrocities,
Yeah.
unspeakable horrors have been committed against your
I can't do it,
Wow.
guys.
You're not going to tell me that.
I can't listen to this guy.
You're not going to tell me they suffered more than the people who endured the Bolshevik Revolution.
Right at the hands
all
of the
the
Jews.
all the lost lives of Christians. You're not going to tell me that.
Yeah, because communism is just a Jewish thing, really.
Not.
Anyway, what else did JC send over? Let's find out.
That's wild.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a funny one.
Oh.
I love when I see these. I see these a lot. Yeah.
They're good for a chuckle.
It says Catholicism is unbiblical. I go to a Bible-based church. And then this is their Bible-based church. I see some guitars back there. Where's all the tambourines at? When I grew up, the church like this I grew up in, everybody had tambourines. Everybody brought their tambourine to church.
I've got like two things floating through my head right now. Number one, David danced for the Lord. Number two, how is that any different than what you'd see on the dance floor at a bat mitzvah?
It's not. No, like I said, the non-dom church I grew up in,
and I don't
with the rock band and stuff. Like everybody had I had a tambourine when I was a kid. You brought your Bible and your tambourine to church.
Oh,
It was
Christ,
yeah,
mercy.
yeah. Everybody had those fancy like crescent moon shaped tambourines. Oh man, it was a thing.
That's wild. Fuck it, I'll listen from. Get home safe. Pat.
You're hung up on this Costco brand liquor still, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. The way you feel the next day definitely matters, and I'll let you know on that one tomorrow. We'll see how that goes.
I was gonna say he's actually gonna drink enough for it to.
Yes.
If it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, that's enough to definitely make me feel bad tomorrow if it goes wrong.
Yeah. Oh, we'll keep you we'll keep you up to date, sir. If there's
I agree with you, Will. Like, why is he even drinking?
How else are you gonna end up with the 3 at the bar? How else does that happen?
Yeah, listen from your pocket, bud.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, he said he was headed home in the middle of a blizzard again. Says all the isms are Jewish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we can trust Prager because he is one.
Right.
Um,
When they tell you who they are, believe them.
yeah. Probably for the best. I'm just
Yeah. All right. What do we got here? What's the next one?
anytime I drink, I break out my handcuffs.
Oh, this was a good one. I remember seeing this from Trad West a few weeks ago. Well, about a month ago now. Exactly a month ago now. So the modern musical note system was invented by a Catholic monk and is actually a prayer to Saint John the Baptist. Every music student learns do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. This system, solfege, was invented by a monk, Guido of Arezzo, in the 11th century. He took the symbols from the first notes of the Latin hymn to St. John the Baptist, ut quaint laxus resonar fibris mira gestorum famuli turum, which later became do. The seventh syllable C, later T in English-speaking countries for distinct initials, was added afterward from Sancte Lones.
Iones?
Is an
I
I?
don't know.
Yeah. Western music theory is literally built on a chant asking God to loosen our vocal cords so we can praise Him.
That's pretty cool.
That is, yeah, and that is Gregorian chant notation.
Mm-hmm.
I know that from all the books over there.
Right, yeah.
Everything's not done in musical notes. It's done in Gregorian chant
Mm-hmm.
notation. So that's one. Okay, what else we got here? What's going on over here? I have many J confession videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Jenny. Welcome.
I thought Jenny was already in here.
She was, but then it glitched and left, and then
Okay.
it'll, like, once the stream went back online, I'm sure it sent out another
Oh, okay.
notification.
We already showed your contribution, Jenny.
It's absolutely horrendous.
What else we got here?
Not good.
What do we got? Did we show this one? I don't think we showed this one. Oh.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Okay. Everybody buckle up. Here's another good all right.
Oh, boy.
This is a particularly icky land acknowledgement from Shaughnessy Heights United Church, who explain, for millennia upon millennia, indigenous communities honored many diverse expressions of gender and sexuality.
No, they didn't.
No, I know. No. Starting 500 years ago or more, colonizers brought and imposed their own culture and social norms and their moral codes on what were thriving, life-giving societies. We joined two spirit peoples in grieving what was lost and stolen. This is just such nonsense.
It's like,
and like even if this isn't nonsense, okay, even if this is true, like when we got here, when Europeans came to this country in ships with cannons and guns and muskets, the Native Americans hadn't even invented the wheel yet.
Right.
They were still in the Stone Age using stone arrowheads and stone hatchets.
Yep.
No wheel. Like, oh, so we should look at these people and be like, oh, they had it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, even if they did have these weird, messed up two-spirit nonsense, like, that is not a reason for us to go ahead and be like, no, we should go back to that.
Well, when you really get to...
Do we go back to not having the wheel and back to the Stone Age? You guys are all going to put down your iPhones?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're going to give up your car? You're going to give up your air conditioning? You're going to give up your refrigerator? Give up your running water? Give up all of your creature comforts?
Yeah.
Yes,
Jenny, I did see about that. Don Lemon and some dude went into a church in
Minneapolis?
Yeah, Minneapolis, and demanded people care about migrants and stand up to ICE and something.
I go, what?
Yeah, apparently they accused the pastor there of being sympathetic to ICE or something like that. I don't.
Today is Sunday, right?
Yeah, that's why he went in the church and did this.
Well, I guess that's why people were in the church. Just kidding. I don't know what church he went to, but
yeah. Anyway, let's
that's-
show this retard with his land acknowledgement
Yeah.
and his.
And for what it's worth, when you actually like look into the two-spirit people, it was the tribe's schizophrenic person.
Right.
Like that's really what it was. Like that we don't. You're not.
Yeah.
There's
Demonic possession,
something-
maybe.
Right. Yeah. There's something not quite right about you. So we should label you different.
Right. Here we go.
For millennia upon millennia, the Coast Salish people have been here on this land. Two spirit friends have reminded us that for millennia upon millennia, indigenous communities honored many diverse expressions of gender and sexuality. Starting 500 years ago or more, colonizers brought and imposed their own culture and social norms and their moral codes on what were thriving, life-giving societies.
Life-giving
We join
societies.
two-spirit peoples in grieving.
What does that
what
even
was
mean?
lost and stolen, and we join them in their desire.
That's like one of their new
to
buzzwords,
affirm
life-giving
and celebrate
societies.
the
Like, what does that even
truth of
mean?
Identity and personhood.
Human
In
sacrifice.
love, in solidarity, and in partnership, we join with the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people in growing relationships that model freedom and respect for everyone. And we understand.
We brought these people Christianity, pulled them out of their nonsense, brought them out of the Stone Age, and now you want to. This is nonsense. I can't listen to this guy anymore.
I just want everybody to take note of the
He's
women.
basically a woman pastor, Ginny.
Yeah,
He's
the-
basically a woman pastor.
The women standing behind him. Just make a mental note of that.
Right? Yeah. And then the old boomer.
Yeah.
All women and a boomer.
Yeah. Well, and they all just look like smug twunts.
They definitely look like smug twats. That's for sure.
Twunts.
If I had to say, who is that? I'd think smug twat. Yes. Yeah.
Twunt.
Twunt. Same thing.
Well, not
Same but different. Oh yeah, we already showed these. I don't
That's
remember seeing
hilarious.
this one.
They can't drink responsibly. Muckleshoot trash.
This is true.
That is a very specific reference.
Yeah.
We get it.
I had a buddy who was a police officer on the Muckleshoot res, and yeah, it was some. I've heard some fucked up stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some. Either way, there's no reason we should be doing any type of acknowledgments to these people or trying to learn anything from them.
No.
Or trying to return to anything that they once did in the past. It is retarded.
Yeah. There's.
These were Stone Age people that needed to be conquered. We brought them the light, essentially. We brought them the gospel and technology. Oh no, poor them.
And in return, we said, "Hey, we're gonna take most of this because you don't need much of it, okay?"
We'll let you live in our utopia, or I don't want to say utopia. We'll let you
Right, yeah.
live in this wonderful country we built.
Right.
No, it's not good enough. Now they
And
want to
we'll
destroy
even
it.
let you have casinos so that way you can take advantage of the, conquering white man and all of his Vietnamese immigrants, Chinese immigrants, Asian immigrants, Anybody dumb enough to walk in there and put their money in the machine, you can have it.
Yeah.
We'll make that deal for you in some states, most states.
So let's see what this nonsense is. This was posted by Bree, and then shared to us from JC.
Okay.
The most stunning sermon I may have ever heard. This is Diseased Christianity. Disease. Yes, diseased.
Diseased. Yes.
Okay. Let's see what that is. That's first of all, that looks like a woman pastor, so that's
Yeah, it is.
tells you all you need to know right there. But let's hear what She-Hulk
Now we
has
got
to say.
Jesus, who's not a very family values guy in the scripture, telling us to hate our parents and to pick up our cross and follow him. And so one of the young people in my life was like, "What are you preaching tomorrow morning?" And I said, "Pick up your cross and follow me. I hate these scriptures." And this young person in my life was like, "Wait, Jesus said pick up your cross?" I said, "Yeah." "While he was alive?" I said, "Yeah, well, the scripture was probably written after his death, but yes." And he said, "So he's saying this to disciples who don't even know that he's going to be crucified?" And I said, "Yes." And this young person in my life said, "That's weird." And I said, "Yes." So the cross is an instrument of torture that is intended to keep people in line, right? So it's a little bit like if today we wore an electric chair around our neck, because it's the way that Jesus was killed by the state, by the government, right? And that would be a very strange, like, if you think of it that way, you're like, what? And so if you translate it as Jesus kind of saying, well, if you want to be my disciple, you have to go and sit in the electric chair, I'd say no, thank you, Jesus.
Well,
I don't
you're
want
missing
that.
the complete point
Yeah,
of it
also you're
all.
going to
Or
hell
if-
then.
I'm already talking about heavier things. I'm going to take it one step heavier.
Oh gosh, into Heavy Town.
I love you all. I love that you let me do this. I'm really sorry. I would really rather not preach this sermon. I'd really rather
Nobody's
not
got
preach
a
it.
gun to your
Okay.
head, bitch.
The cross was also a little bit like a lynching rope, right? And the Romans were using the cross like that. For Jews and for other people they subjugated. If you step out of line in the tiniest way, we are going to publicly torture and kill you in front of everybody else so that nobody else will step out of line. That's what we're talking about, and I don't like it.
Oh no.
And the truth is, I'm not going to ask a single one of you to do that. I am not going to ask a single one of you. I'm having a hard time even saying the words, even in the negative. We're not supposed to go sit in the electrical chair. We're not supposed to go look for the rope. No.
Bitch.
Right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yes. Ah,
Okay, so
and this is why women can't be priests.
yeah, a lot of
Leads to these
reasons.
horrible takes. Go ahead, Emily. I'm sure you got something to say. Go for it. I keep
Well,
cutting you off.
No, that's fine. Just like as a woman who is capable of some fantastical thinking, um, when let's just say that her electric chair thing, right? Okay, cool, yeah. When Jesus says, "Follow me and pick up your cross," or "Pick up your cross and follow me," however it's phrased, um, that's like it's in the same vein of John the Baptist going to Herod, knowing dang well that King Herod is King Herod. He could kill him if he wants to. He could lock him away in a dungeon for the rest of his days. John does not care. He's going to do what he has to do. He's going to say what he has to say. Whatever. Take my head for it. No, I get to go to God. Whoa, sad day. And so, like, in the same way where Jesus says, "Follow me and pick up your cross," like, if you follow me, there may come a time where you might end up on this cross, but you got to pick it up and you got to bring it with you. And, that's the not necessarily the price of entry, but like that's a risk you're taking. So if we go back to the electric chair thing, like if me being a Christian, it gets to a point where society has crumbled so much so that the Christians are being rounded up and facing the wall and in the chair and all that stuff. Okay. Ooh. Whatever. Send me to God. Oh. Oh, the worst,
Right. Yeah.
Like it's more of like the world, and Christ even tells us they hate you, but they hated me first.
Yeah. They
You
hate
know?
you because they hated me first.
Right? Like it's a constant reminder of choosing the right thing, choosing the truth, choosing to follow Christ is contrary to what the heathen, godless world that you find yourself stuck on. Like, it's always going to be different. You will never ever fit in with the world as it is because it is a fallen place. The people suck. Humans can't stop making selfish decisions that only benefit them. And you are going to cause their demons to get upset by the way that you live your life in following me. So that woman just spent 10 minutes leading her people to a place where they're choosing themselves and choosing their own comfort and choosing to just go along with the nonsense instead of saying, and I don't think that that's what Jesus meant about that. That's not the way I've ever read it. That's not the way it was explained. Why would she tell us not to do what Christ tells us to do? So, like, I hope that somebody in her congregation went home and was like, I don't think I can go back there.
I hope people walked out in the middle of it.
I don't think I can go back there because that was really weird. It was really weird of her, you know. But they probably all showed up the next week and thought it was a great speech.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, I don't. Not a
And
fan.
yeah, this is why women she can't be pastors.
Yeah.
But whatever. So here's another one. What?
Oh yeah, yep, that's a woman. That was a woman, Will.
Yeah. That is
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
That's a yeah.
It's a liberal-minded woman.
Yes. So here's one I've been railing on a little bit recently. As those of you know, apologetics, especially a Catholic apologist that have been Catholic very long and don't know anything. So I stumbled across this the other day and I bookmarked it because I thought it was pretty interesting. And it just says, what are some basic things a Catholic apologist should know before they engage in public apologetics? And it was this Divine Hiddenness's reply here that I liked. It says, people don't convert because of arguments. They convert because they are getting married, which is a joke in the Catholic Church because most of the people going through RCIA are there because their husband or wife is a Catholic and they are converting.
Yep.
So good joke. But then he goes, seriously, though, before someone engages in apologetics, they should realize that it's not going to end well. To be an apologist, you have to actually know the faith in detail at a high level. And this will cut you off from basically everyone because in your diocese or
Diocesan parish.
yeah, in your diocesan parish, nobody knows and nobody cares. Your pastor doesn't know or care. Your bishop might know but doesn't care. And you will become worried because you will read the clarity of the teaching and you will see how simple it is to know right from wrong. And you will see that nobody else knows and nobody is trying to save them again in your parish. In short, if you haven't learned enough to realize that everything is a complete shambolic fraud, then you don't know enough to defend the faith. To know it is to realize it doesn't actually exist in your community. And then you won't want to convert people online, and you'll want to spend your time locally and try to make it better, and nobody has ever been able to do that. So don't. And that's kind of what I've been saying. You know, most of these people who have not been Catholic very long don't have that intimate knowledge of the faith.
Mm-hmm.
And if they did have an intimate knowledge of the faith, they would see it, which has been our problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't have that intimate knowledge with the faith. I just know that I spent a lot of time researching it. And then when I finally showed up at the Catholic Church, I'm like, this doesn't really look like what I learned about.
Yeah.
And then fortunately I found the Latin Mass and was like, oh, this is what I've learned about.
What I've learned about.
But most people don't know that there's Latin Masses out there or what the Latin Mass is.
No.
Or, every time we talk to somebody in our parish at Blessed Sacrament about the Latin Mass, the first thing they say is, "Oh, do you guys speak? Do you speak Latin?"
Yeah.
Like, because they all think, and then you ask them, like, do you think the Latin Mass is just the same exact Mass we go to here, but spoken in Latin? Which they say yes, and it's like they don't understand that Catholicism as a whole changed in 1969.
Yeah.
Like they changed all 7 sacraments. They changed they changed everything.
Well, and it's
the
also,
prayers, everything.
Yeah. Well, everything changed, but then it's also when we started RCIA, it was, we had already been attending church for a while. And
we'd already been attending the Latin Mass even before RCIA.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is like we would go to Mass, and then we were attending Latin Mass, and like in attending, being physically there with all of them, even before that, we knew what to expect. And then you go in and it's not that.
Yeah.
And then even to find out, the changes that were made and everything, it's still like, but it doesn't say that you're supposed to do this and hold hands with your neighbor. Like, it's like there's still so many things that you're doing that leads me to believe that either A, you don't know that you're not supposed to be doing them, or B, like you've never cared to look into it, So it was like a difficult spot to be in, honestly, with especially like going through the RCIA classes. All of the individual human beings that were a part of, the catechesis team are wonderful human beings.
Oh, lovely people.
They genuinely love Jesus. They want people to be with Jesus the same way they are. And I love that about them, and that's what made it all survivable. But having to be taught by people
Have
who
no idea what the actual Catholic faith is.
who have no idea what it is. um
Yeah, it's poorly catechized
is
people catechizing people.
is
Catechizing people
difficult.
poorly, essentially, is, yeah.
Yeah.
Poorly catechized people catechizing people poorly.
And it's, the whole idea of doing apologetics, I agree that it's not necessarily the way that you're going to convert people, but also, like, I don't
Yeah,
I would much rather tell you it's a dumpster fire, but this is where you have to be. Like, you gotta cross the fire line, because, like, you can't get burned where it's already been burnt. You know, like, you just got to get in there.
yeah.
um,
The
and
other
I
problem.
don't want to, like, pitch it as something great and shiny and wonderful or anything, but, like, I'm also not gonna try to convince you of it. You'll figure it out on your own, but that's where you have to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, hey, JC is here. We already played
Oh,
all
good.
of your videos, JC, so I hope you saw them. Yeah, and the other problem is, like, the church gives these people books and material for catechesis to help, but the problem is they give them these modern garbage, and they don't know any better. You go to your average bookstore, and again, it's more modernist nonsense. It's not the real Catholic faith.
It's all the worldly self-help stuff, but but written by somebody who's Catholic,
Yeah,
is really what it gets down to.
yeah,
Um it's not based on the catechism, it's not based on historical uh Catholic living. It's very worldly, which, I don't know. That's where you just have to extend grace and be like, sure. There's a difference between Catholicism and Catholics, is the place that you settle into.
right. I think I got the most of these. Yeah,
Oh, you just didn't unbookmark them as you came through?
yeah, apparently.
Oh. Womp womp.
Huh.
Oh, I sent over that memo from Pizzaballa.
Oh, yeah, I'll get that right.
The
I just want to unbookmark some of these that we've already been
Eastern
through.
Patriarchs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny, it doesn't have to be perfect. Um yeah, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you're lucky enough to go to, somewhere where they do have, good catechists, people who know their faith, people who, will educate you, you know, God bless you. That's wonderful. I love that. I want more of that. If we didn't have, like, a vocations crisis, I really think that the class should be taught by seminarians.
Right.
I think that it would help them in their learning and in their way of, like, how I have to interact with my parish one day. How am I going to answer these questions when people come to me at all of 20 something years old, asking me these big, huge questions? And, like, I think it would just be good for everybody, because the seminarian is in the middle of learning all of this stuff, already has a foundation of it by the time they're in a parish.
Yeah.
But,
Um.
like, regular people who, I'm not even gonna get into how many times you go to mass, whatever, I don't care. You're going to mass, you go to confession, you're part of the parish life. Like, you have a Catholic identity. That's not necessarily, like, enough to make more Catholics.
Yeah. So, here's my bigger problem with it all, though. Not that things have to be perfect, but the traditional Catholic faith, it converted the pagan world.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional Catholic faith, up until, the early 1900s, had like a 90% retention rate. If you were born and raised Catholic, you stayed Catholic devoutly your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
After the turn of the century, from like the 1920s, which is really when a lot of this warfare on society started, even though most people blame it on the 60s, it started back in the 20s.
It started in the 20s.
And it came to
seeds were
fruition in the
planted.
60s.
Yep.
But from the 20s to the 60s, the traditional Catholic faith still had a 75% retention rate. If you were raised in the Catholic faith, you stayed in the Catholic faith. Since Vatican II, and they redid all the sacraments and redid the Mass and changed the entire Catholic faith, it is now a 30% retention rate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the span of 100 years, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna risk raising my my newborn baby in the Novus Ordo, knowing that there's a 70% chance no matter what I do, that kid's going to leave the faith because it's just not taken seriously
Yeah.
and not presented in a serious way.
Yeah.
Whereas I know if I take them to the traditional Latin Mass and practice traditional Catholicism, I got a better than 75% chance. So
Right.
that's my biggest thing with it. That's why I'm going the route, and saying that the traditional faith, the way it's always been practiced, is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's surely a numbers thing. After they changed everything, there was a collapse of vocations. There was a collapse in the whole church has collapsed.
Yep.
You
And
know?
and all the, I mean, I'm not gonna say all of them, but it's a healthy enough split between the people who are totally fine, not knowing any better, and just skating by, doing. I'm not terrible. I'm not in mortal sin, right? Like those, there's a faction of that, but then there's also a bigger faction, almost bigger faction. It's growing, of people who realize that, like, I can't be me and be Catholic. Like, I have to change to be more um to be in communion with the church, right? Like, the way that I am when I show up to RCIA isn't the person I can continue being. I have to change. I have to adjust things. I have to reorder my life. People are there's a cohort of people who are seeking the church because of the requirements, because of the traditional faith, because of the dedicated prayer life, because of the feast and fast cycles, and the traditions that have held thousands of years. We can, in the information age, we can see that man-made stuff falls apart in 100 years. It just does. We've figured that out. Everybody knows it. And anybody who says that that doesn't happen, you're retarded.
Yeah.
You just
80-year cycle.
we can't hold shit together longer than 100 years, because the people who started it aren't here anymore, and the people who took it over don't want it as bad as the people who started it, and then the people who inherited it, like, they don't understand what they inherited, so then it just goes to shit.
Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't fight for it and you just inherited it, then you don't care. You know what I mean?
So and I think that that's mostly where, in the moving forward part, and why it's important to have learned apologetic people, and also proper catechesis in the OCIA, RCIA programs, is because people want that. They need it. Not only, like, did God set it up the Holy Spirit led the church to set things up in a certain type of way. It developed that way because that's what serves the human person best. And we're at a point in, like, the world is so bad. We need something, we need that, what is it? Like, we need the Noah's Ark to go get on. Like, we know that there's something here that is different than the rest of the world. But that's not necessarily the case.
So, all right, I'm going to get on to this last thing before we sign off for the night, 'cause we're about an hour.
Okay.
And it's the last thing we have anyway.
Parish life. We could make that into a rear.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Probably would make a milli.
Oh, yeah. So this is from the patriarchs and heads of the churches in Jerusalem. So I'm assuming this is probably put out by Pete Sabala and then whoever the Orthodox patriarch is there, because
Yes.
we share the sepulcher.
Yes.
So a statement from the patriarchs and heads of churches in Jerusalem on unity and representation of the Christian communities in the Holy Land, January 17th, 2026. So just yesterday. The patriarchs and heads of churches in the Holy Land affirmed before the faithful and before the world that the flock of Christ in this land is entrusted to the apostolic churches, which have borne their sacred ministry across centuries with steadfast devotion. Recent activities undertaken by local individuals who advance damaging ideologies such as Christian Zionism mislead the public, sow confusion, and harm the unity of our flock. These undertakings have found favor among certain political actors in Israel and beyond, who seek to push a political agenda which may harm the Christian presence in the Holy Land and the wider Middle East. Holy Scripture teaches us that we, though many, are one body in Christ, an individual member and of another, Romans 12:5. To claim authority outside the communion of the church is to wound the unity of the faithful and burden the pastoral mission entrusted to the historic churches in the very land where the Lord lived, taught, suffered, and rose from the dead. The patriarchs and heads of churches further note with concern that these individuals have been welcome at official levels, both locally and internationally. Such actions constitute interference in the internal life of the churches and disregard the pastoral responsibility vested in the patriarchs and heads of the churches in Jerusalem. The patriarchs and heads of churches in Jerusalem reiterate that they alone represent the churches and their flock in matters pertaining to Christian, religious, communal, and pastoral life in the Holy Land. May the Lord, who is the shepherd and guardian of souls, grant wisdom for the protection of his people and the safeguarding of his witness in the sacred land, the patriarchs and heads of churches in Jerusalem. So yeah, there's no such thing as Christian Zionism. Knock it off.
Nope.
It's essentially what they're telling you there.
Yep. All it does is confuse people, separate, fractionate. Like it's not good. It is not the unity, you know?
No, we're very familiar with Salt Life and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Who overdosed his girlfriend. Yeah. And that was all, was that before he made all his money? While he was making all of his money? I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I know the lore behind that.
Yeah. No, I'm down. Parish Life instead of Salt Life.
Yeah.
Start printing them up tomorrow.
Step 1, buy a cricket.
Right, yeah. Step 2, make millions.
Right. Yeah. There you go. That's how it works.
Yes. So, anyway, I think we are going to call it a night there.
I was
Day filled with technical difficulties.
probably more happy about the condemning of the Christian Zionism than I should have been. But it's one of those things where, like the next civil war, it's not a North and South thing. It's like through the kitchen table thing, and there's a lot of stuff that a lot of families can work through. Like my family specifically, we can all kind of agree that some of us are about it, and other ones are nose ringed. Um, and that's fine. We just don't talk about the nose ring issues or the two-way stuff. Like we can manage that stuff. But what we can't manage is my grandmother's Zionism.
Yeah.
And thankfully my mother's smart enough to be like, if the kids say it's happening, I believe my son and my daughter, and I trust them, and it doesn't have to make sense to me. It's bad. Okay, cool. Thankfully. But there's a lot of families where that's going to be the big issue, that like you may have survived COVID, you may have survived the Trump terms, but like this whole Zionism thing, this is what's going to like wreck families and relationships more than anything else. And it's
Yeah.
and that's my biggest, that's why I'm very happy about it, because any of the, hopefully, I'm pretty sure he won't read this, but hopefully the gentleman who uttered the phrase Judeo-Christian in the 7th and 8th grade CCD class reads that and does some self-reflecting
Yeah.
and realizes, oh no, I've been got.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh crap.
I agree with like Father Maudsley and like Anthony Catholic is one that like the Jewish question is going to be the big divider in the church.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of people are like, oh, especially in the Catholic Church, a lot of people think it's the liturgy and this and that, and it's not. It's going to come down to the Jew thing, because honestly, that's what caused
everything else,
all the other problems. That's what caused the change in the liturgy. That's what caused a lot of these issues.
They're the ones that fought for equal rights the loudest in the 60s, and they allowed the black people to take the forefront. They allowed the gay people to take the forefront. They allowed, like they were totally fine with them getting the spotlight because then nobody noticed that they too now are a protected class of peoples. It worked out perfectly.
Either way, they've infiltrated every major institution in society, the church, the governments, everything. And that's what's going to be. That's where the dividing line is going to fall in a lot of households.
Yeah.
In the churches, in the houses, just everywhere. So, I mean, we'll see where it goes. That's all we can do. All we can do is pray and wait, see.
Yeah.
So,
just pray for their conversion and that they acknowledge the Messiah. Because the sooner they do that, then the sooner the rest of the people who follow them will knock it off.
yeah.
But
Yes, Jenny. Yeah, there is no more Jew. There is no more Gentile. There is no slave.
one in Christ Jesus. Yep,
Yeah.
you are correct. You are correct. Well,
Yeah.
it's and even that just cracks me up because for 60 years, 40 years,
80 years now.
well, it was even before then. They were saying that it was going to take. So the narrative used to be that the H word is sacrifice to God. That's what that means.
Right. Yes.
That's what that means. The Holocaust is a sacrifice to God.
Right.
Okay? And prior to Sixquarillion, the Jewish people themselves were coming up with a plan to have millions sacrificed to God. They were just trying to figure out how to do it.
Right.
Shabbat Shalom was planning their own. And then it just so happened that there was a situation where they got an eviction notice. They didn't have anywhere to go. So some guy with a mustache who liked to paint sometimes said, "You know what? I got some buildings. I got some places I could put you." Right? So it's like they
Anyway.
they do it to themselves.
Yep.
It was their idea, it's their narrative. And it doesn't matter. Just repent, convert, and we can all move forward.
Right. So, okay. Well, with that being said, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks, Emily, for that deep, bleak, somber.
Oh, you're welcome.
No.
They wanted to do it. They were
I know.
they were trying to figure out how do we get this to happen?
I know.
For like 40 years before it even happened. They already had the number made up on how many they needed. That was the magic. Before the red heifers, there was 5 million.
Right.
It's all so tiresome.
Yes. Nobody really believes the number 6 million. No, there was no ovens. There was no gas chambers. It was disease and lack of food.
Yep.
But, whatever.
Lack of food because the Allies said, "Oh, no."
Because the Allies bombed the supply routes. That's part of harming Germany is if they can't get food for their people, they can't feed their political prisoners either.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to prioritize feeding prisoners over their own people.
Right. So, anyway, that's going to be it for this Sunday night. I cleared out the backlog of things. So, sweet. Everybody have a wonderful evening. God bless you all. And we will see you on Thursday.
And I'll see you guys in the morning to finish out Landman.
Oh, you're going to do the morning even though I'm off?
Yep.
Okay. You guys have fun with her in the morning. We'll see you later, guys. Have a good one.
God bless you. Thanks for hanging out.